Hello students, welcome back to biology class. Myself Dr. Raghavendra here. Well, in the earlier class we were discussing about a different variety of birds and then peculiar characteristics and then certain important unique features of the class aves also. So today let us go into detail of general characteristics one by one and then we will discuss about the special features of the class aves. So we talk about general characteristics. General characteristics. General characteristics of birds. So the first character generally what we discuss. The first character always we discuss. It's about the habitat. Yes. So let us discuss the most important general characteristics now one by one. So here when we talk about what are those important generally what we discuss is about mainly regarding the habitat. So first character let us understand mainly habitat. So where else we can find habitat as such well adapted for aerial mode of life. So these birds are well adapted for aerial, arboreal, okay, and semi aquatic life. Why? Because the 24 hours they can't stay inside the water always. So they visit the water for the sake of their food. So let it be the black color bird. We call them as the cormorants. You might have been seen in the marshy places wherever the water is logged so much. And there are the birds, black color birds you might have been seen. So we call them as the cormorants. Yes, the duck also go to the water mainly for the sake of food only. So whether it is the penguin, yes, it also visits the water for the sake of food only. So we can say that they are semi-aquatic, not always in the aquatic. They are well adapted for the aerial mode of life. Yes, hours together, the eagle can stay in the air just by gliding. So they lead very good aerial mode of life and they lead the very good arboreal life. Means they found on the trees. So they are again terrestrial. Also we can say that. So thus regarding the habitat as such aerial, arboreal, semi-aquatic as well as yes, then terrestrial mode of life. Terrestrial life also they lead. Fine. So as such the birds are gregarious. We can say that. Means always found in the groups. Birds are gregarious. Gregarious means they are found in the group. Whatever the bird example you take, yes, they found in the group. So such groups of birds, we call them as the flocks. So bird group is called as a flock. Okay. So yes, mainly there is a saying, the birds of same feather flock together. Birds of same feather flock together. Means all the same kind of birds found in the groups and the group of the bird we call as the flocks. So now here as such we discussed about mainly regarding their habitat. Number 2, habit. Habit as such, body covered with, the peculiarity is covered with feathers, legs with scales, okay, and then body is boat shape, streamlined. So by nature they are bipedal, okay, even though they are comes under tetrapoda, bipedal locomotion, they exhibit locomotion, okay. Four limbs modified into mainly wings. So they reduce their body weight. Yes, mainly the beak, okay, without teeth, hollow bones. Hollow bones means they have the air cavities. Air cavities. So this kind of condition, hollow bones, is also called the pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones. Thus, they have reduced their body weight, and then left ovary become rudimentary. Sorry, right ovary become rudimentary. Okay. So habit as such, how they have reduced their body weight? Right ovary is rudimentary. Means what is remaining active is the left ovary only. Okay, right ovary is rudimentary. So no urinary bladder. No urinary bladder in them except ostrich. Okay, so these are few important peculiarity related with the habit as such or the bird characters. So body covered with the feathers, legs with the scales, and then they do have the claws and lots of important features what we can find. And then the body shape is a boat shape or streamlined shape. Bipedal locomotion, only two legs they use for the movement. Remaining time, yes, they fly very high by using their wings. Wings are modified four limbs. Beak without jaws means beak without teeth. Jaws are modified into beak, and yes, they exhibit the diversity in their beak shape. And then yes, the hollow bones, yes, pneumatic bones we can say. Other than that, in addition to lungs, in addition to lungs, they have 9 air sacs. 9 air sacs. So presence of air sacs, yes, that mainly filled with the air gives them the light body weight, and then that gives them buoyancy, so easily they can glide or fly in the air. Okay, so these are few important features as such the birds exhibit. Now the third important point what we discuss generally, we will discuss about the body wall. So body wall as such they are triploblastic, you can say. Skin without glands, except, okay, except the oil gland. Oil gland is also called as a preen gland. Preen gland also called as a uropygial gland. Uropygial gland. So helps in making the feathers. Whenever the birds are free, they use their beak, take out the few drops of oil from this preen gland. So by they are helps in making the feathers waterproof. Feathers waterproof. Okay. So what are the other exoskeletal structures they have? So sorry. So other exoskeletal structures, we can find presence of the beaks, claws, okay, then the feathers, then the scales. So other than that, in case of the male birds, they have dagger like spur, okay, spur in males. So these are the few exoskeletal structures. Okay, so these are the dead cornified structures, but still we can find some more important other structures such as wattles and the comb. Yes, there is one more structure, crest. In case of the birds like peacock, we find wattle and comb helps in thermoregulation. Thermoregulation. Because they don't have any sweat gland, so wattle and comb they use it for reducing their or disseminating the excess temperature. So this is about the body wall. What we can say, definitely they are triploblastic, but they do have oil gland, only oil gland, other than that nothing. And then what we can find, yes, uropygeal gland helps in making the feathers waterproof. Then exoskeletal structure, beak, claws, feathers, scales, spur in the male, crest also will be there. Wattle and comb for thermoregulation. Yes, other than that, we can find a foot web for paddling. Yes, they do have the foot webs in the aquatic forms such as the ducks. So foot web helps in paddling or swimming in the water. So these are a few important characteristics related with the body wall what we have seen now. So now let us go ahead with the body symmetry and body cavity also. Fine. So let us understand mainly the next character, number 4. Yes, number 4 we have to discuss about mainly the body symmetry. So body symmetry as such, what kind of body symmetry we find? Body symmetry, we find a bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry we find. Okay. Then as such, we are cutting the animal. Yes, we can find the right and left side of the half of the body symmetry we say. Then one more important character here, but the skull is a monocondylic. Monocondylic means the bird can rotate its head 360-degree angle. Thus they can rotate their head 360-degree angle. Okay, so that is about the body symmetry. And then number 5, body cavity. Yes, they do have body cavity. They are the eucoelomates. Eucoelomates or true body cavity. True body cavity they have. Well, this is all about what we have seen, most the general features as such. Very, very important and essential general features. The 6th important point, digestive system. We can say digestive system, in case of the birds, it is complete. Okay. So jaws are modified into beak. Into toothless beak. Well, they have what we can say that after esophagus, they possess what? Crop and gizzard for temporary storage of the food. Temporary storage of food. They have hyperacidic digestive juices that digest even bones also. Hyperacidic digestive juices. Okay. So elementary canal opens into common opening. So what is that common opening? Is called as a cloaca. Yes. So common urinogenital opening. Common urinogenital opening they have. cloaca. So thus digestive system is a complete. Hyperacidic digestive juices, they have additional structures such as crop as well as the gizzard, and then yes, and what we can say mainly their the jaws are modified into the toothless, what we can say, modified into toothless beak. So what happens here, they have mainly adapted very well for the what we can say seed eating also, insect eating also, fish eating, fruit eating. So they exhibit a diversity in the feeding habitat. Okay, so they exhibit more diversity in the feeding habit, as well as they exhibit a diversity in the structure of the beak. Okay, so we need to understand all these important points as such. So we have discussed with various examples. They can be flesh eater also, they can be fruit eater also, they can be seed eater also. So what we have to understand here, most importantly, yes, so exhibit diversity in, they exhibit the diversity in beak structure and feeding habit. That is all about digestive system as such. We need to understand further mainly excretion. Well, so by nature what they are. So excretion in case of the birds, they are, we can say that uricotelic. So they are uricotelic, means they excrete uric acid pellets. They retain maximum amount of water inside the body and excrete the dry, what you can say, pellets. So they excrete uric acid pellets, pellet or fecal matter. Okay. Kidneys are highly efficient. Kidney are efficient. So they are metanephric. Metanephric kidneys. Okay. So high efficient metanephric kidneys. Most of the bird don't have a urinary bladder. Yes. So they won't excrete most of the time urine. They excrete only the semi-solid or the solid fecal matter only. Okay. So except the ostrich has the urinary bladder. Well, that is about mainly regarding their excretion. Let us go ahead with number 8, circulation. Circulation, yes, we can say that 4-chambered heart. They have 4-chambered heart. Perfect double circulation. Perfect double circulation. They are warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded, or also called as homeotherms. Regulate constant body temperature. Constant body temperature. Body temperature. And then they have the RBC nucleated. RBC nucleated. And then we can say that, so the perfect double circulation, homeotherms, 4-chambered heart, yes, they are RBC, what we can say, nucleated RBC. One more important difference, as such, aortic arch is left side in case of the mammal, but they have the right aortic arch. So they exhibit right aortic arch. So this is one more peculiarity about the birds. So this is all about what we have discussed regarding their digestion, regarding their excretion, regarding their circulation. Now we need to understand about their mechanism of respiration also. Sometimes the respiration in birds called as double respiration. Why it is so? Let us understand that also. Fine. when we look into the mechanism of respiration as such, so let us discuss regarding their respiratory system. So respiration through nostrils and lungs only. So that's why the respiration is called as a pulmonary respiration or a lung respiration. Fine. So here birds exhibit pulmonary respiration or a lung respiration. Let us understand this. Number 9. Respiration. Respiration through lungs and nostrils called as pulmonary respiration. Fine. They have the pulmonary respiration, what you are observing. And now here, when we talk about mainly, as such they have the trachea, okay, and then trachea further divided into the tracheoles, and what we find here, the right side as well as the left side lung. So this is the trachea, and we find the lungs 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and one more, the central, we can say that. So two lungs, and these are the lateral. So we can say that mainly the 4 pairs of the lateral and 1 central air sac. So 4 pairs of lateral and 1 central air sac. So altogether 9 air sacs. 9 air sacs. So in addition to the lungs, air sacs when filled with the air helps in buoyancy. So that make the bird body very much lighter. So for a better flight. So these air sacs filled with air gives, okay, the buoyancy and make the body light for better flight. Okay, so as such the endoskeleton, the bones are hollow and presence of 9 air sacs, all that gives the buoyancy. Even bones are filled with the air cavities. Bones are with air cavities. So we call them as a pneumatic bones. Okay, this is all about their respiratory system, especially exchange of gases. We call it as a double respiration. Means air comes, yes, its entry is twice. So as the mammal have one inhalation and one exhalation, but they have double inhalation and double exhalation. So respiration is a double respiration, we can say. Well, let us discuss now the remaining points. As such, we discussed about respiration also. Now we need to understand mainly the nervous system as well as the reproduction. After that, some peculiar characters or special features with single words, we will discuss that. So here we have discussed mainly about respiration, and respiration we call it as double respiration. Respiration is the double respiration. Why? Because it has two inhalations, one after the other, and two exhalations. What is this two inhalation means? So yes, it is taking the air in. It is taking the air in. First, what happens? Air enters into the lungs. Again, it takes the air. So then the air will reach the air sacs. Now it is exhaling. So air exits out of the air sacs. Then second time it exhales, air exits out of the lungs. So this is what we called as mainly double inhalation, double exhalation. So overall, double time respiration can be seen in case of the birds. Now let us go ahead with the respiratory system. Let us go ahead with the nervous system. Nervous system well developed with 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Okay, so sensory structures, what are those? Mainly eyes. Eyes have mainly 360-degree visual coverage, we can say. So eyes mainly we can say that with telescopic vision. Then they do have the nostrils. They can identify mainly olfaction. They have the tongue. They can sense the taste. Then they do have what we can say tympanum. Yes. They can sense what we can say auditory function means the sound or vibration. Yes. They do have what we can say the skin covered with feather. Yes, still touch sensitive. They can sense the touch. So this is all about mainly regarding the birds as such, their nervous system. Also we have discussed respiration. We have discussed what is remaining now. Remaining thing, yes, we need to discuss about their reproduction. Let us understand how they reproduce. Mainly birds reproduce sexual mode of reproduction. So in the birds we can say that reproduction is sexual mode. So all the birds, you will never find a single bird giving birth to young one. All the birds are egg laying animals. So they are exclusively viviparous. So let us understand number 11, reproduction. Yes. So internal fertilization. These are oviparous. Incubate their eggs, and young one hatches out. Means development is direct. And then exhibit efficient parental care. Okay, so internal fertilization, oviparous, and then incubate their eggs. Eggs are, they take care of their young one very well. Eggs are with shell. So it can be sometimes leathery shell also. Cleidoic eggs we can say. Other than that, what we can find? Yes, we can say that they have enormous amount of yolk. So they are megalethal They can be telolethal. Okay. So large amount of yolk. Yolk. Yolk is basal. So that's why the egg are called as a telolethal. Well, so as such birds don't have any copulatory organ, but they have the cloaca, yes, the common copulator and excretory structure. Okay, so this is all about the reproduction. They are the oviparous, they are the direct development, they are the internal fertilization, all this, yes. So that's about what we talk regarding mainly their reproduction. Fine. So we need to know about some more important features also.